Living here, you realize pretty quickly that we don't just share the neighborhood with deer. They've basically taken it over. They aren't just passing through, they're window shopping in our yards. And if you're gardening for your health, losing your harvest to a midnight snack is a major setback. I needed a system that worked with my lifestyle and against their appetite. So to protect my garden, I had to start watching their behavior, think of my own system solutions, and when I say they've adapted to city life, I really mean it. Check this out. Look at these law-abiding garden thieves. They're following the crosswalk to get to my garden. If they can navigate a four-way stop, they aren't afraid of a little plastic netting or some soap hanging on strings. You've got to really build something truly deer-proof, and I'm going to show you how. Obeying all the traffic signs, ignoring the cars, the bicyclists, just looking around, checking everything out like they own the place. I was determined to prevent them from having snacks on my harvest. Don't get me wrong, I admire these guys. They're smart, they're clever, they can crawl underneath bushes, they can actually go up and down steps, which I didn't think was a possibility. These guys will stop at nothing when they're hungry. So you've got to be very well prepared, and you got to use the best materials, and this is what this video is all about, is let's stop this crosswalk crew from eating you out of your entire garden harvest.
So as you've seen, the crosswalk crew uses the crosswalks and the right-of-way to get from there to my garden and to harvest. Instead of letting me harvest my own goodies, they come in and munch on them themselves. So what I recommend is barriers is the only thing that really works. I've tried hanging soap on strings and so on. I have a kind of a three-tier barrier system that has worked for me. And so I'm going to walk you through all three ways of doing it today. So first off is a do-it-yourself system using plastic chicken wire and poles of some sort. These are bamboo. You can also use metal, but for my money, the best investment you can make in terms of barriers is chicken wire, plastic chicken wire that's UV protected. And this you can cut with scissors. It's flexible, so you can use it to go around any kind of location. Maybe it's an odd shaped location, so you can't always buy a barrier that will fit exactly. So this is good for any kind of situation you have. Here I have it on two of my raised beds. I have poles up here, and then the other thing that I found very valuable are metal clothespins. So metal clothespins, as opposed to wooden ones, which rot when they're exposed to the weather 24/7. You find they're not going to last very long, whereas metal lasts forever, and they have quite a good spring on them. And as you can see, they are just able to clip onto the bamboo poles here and fasten. So it's very easy to put the poles in, wrap your chicken wire around, and put the clips on, and then whenever you need to get inside, the thing is, you don't want a barrier to keep you from doing your own gardening. The barrier should be easy for you to get in and out of, but difficult for nature to get in. So what I do is I use these clips so I can open up the enclosure and get in and then clip it back in, so it's not restrictive for me in order to get in and do my gardening when I need to. So this is an example. What I'm going to do is also then show you out in my front yard, which is the real challenge because the crosswalk is right by my front. The other thing is I want to mention that there is these garden clips which you can use. I use them primarily to hold up my plants so that they don't fall over, but they're also big enough and they have a good enough spring inside it to clamp things, and I'll show you. They're good for clamping onto bamboo poles as well, but I also use them for my cages out front, so I'll show you that as well. The key is barriers work the best. I have in my backyard here kind of a deer-free zone now. It's taken me a few years because deers will crawl under bushes. I had to put a chain link fence at the bottom 3 or 4 feet of my bushes so that they don't climb in underneath. They will actually crawl in and come in. I also have 7 steps up, 7 steps down to get from the front to the back. And I was told, and I saw it in a few places, where deer don't climb stairs. But that actually is not true. I had a deer come up my stairs, down my stairs, munch away in my garden for a whole morning before I realized he was here. And then I had to chase him out, and he just jumped up and down the stairs. So I now actually have a gate, a metal gate at the top of my stairs, and that has solved the problem. But I didn't even realize I needed it, but obviously I did. So I have the gate, and I have also a trellis next to it to block off between the fence and my steps. So I now have, for the last 2 years, a deer-free backyard, which has been a real mental relaxation point for me. I can sit in the back and not worry that large animals, such as my Crosswalk crew, will come in and enjoy my harvest before I get a chance to. That doesn't mean to say that birds and squirrels, people like that, the thing about the chicken wire is you can put it on top here as well and make a complete cage with the chicken wire so birds can't fly in and steal your goodies. The other thing about chicken wire is you can use it instead of bird netting as a screen for your plants so that birds don't get entangled in it. It's really a do-it-yourself magic barrier for everything you want to do. So let's go into the front yard and I'll show you my deluxe barriers. Okay, we're in the battleground front yard between me and the Crosswalk crew, and this is what I would call the deluxe solution. This is a garden cage which consists of metal poles connected. These poles connect with joiners, so they go in and you build a cage, and then you drape it over with the mesh, which is zippered, which allows you easy access in and out. But they're quite secure. You can hold them down with weights. I use rocks. I can also attach them to the actual raised bed. The beauty of these is they are fully secure. The window in the front folds down and they have zippers, and the zippers close up, and you have a fully contained garden cage to keep the deer out. And this has worked for me for the last year or so. I put garlic in here as well because garlic they don't like to eat, so that's a good extra thing. I also, though, in July when I'm finished with the garlic, I put tomatoes in here, and they've been safe as well. I've tried using other kinds of the do-it-yourself chicken wire, and they have gotten into that. So this has been great. So I think this is kind of the deluxe garden cage, which you can get at various places. You assemble them with the metal poles. I'll use a rubber hammer to hammer them in to make sure they're nice and secure. You just need one way of doing it, and you're away to go. So, and again, it's easy access, so the barrier is for other people, but not for yourself. You can still get in there and garden to your heart's content, and then you just close it up when you're done. I also use the plant clips to hold the mesh down the bottom. You can put them on here to keep them more secure. I'll show you that over with my other bed. So this is the top of the line deer-proof cage.
So after the deer invaded my chicken wire cage that I built in the front yard, I decided I was going to go all metal and I was going to go all steel reinforced. And this is what I came up with. First I bought a couple of raised beds, and I elongated them by joining the sides together, so that's an odd size raised bed. So the first thing I realized was there wasn't any standard cover I could buy for it that would fit that size. So then I started looking around for how could I enclose it, and I came across rabbit fencing. You can see here the rabbit fencing is got sections that are narrower at the bottom and then wider at the top, so the narrow at the bottom gets smaller animals that are trying to burrow or chew their way into your enclosure. So what I did was I used the rabbit fencing as a cover over the raised bed, and as you can see here, there's also some 16 gauge stainless steel wire that I used inside to build a little kind of curved frame that the fencing can rest on if need be, so that I could also use it to tie and to hold up plants. So this might gives you a better idea. You can see the steel gauge wiring, and then you can see the rabbit fencing over top, and all told it makes a nice curved opening over the top. And the beauty of this is, because it's metal, it's also doesn't have to worry about the wind, because the wind just blows through the metal fencing, so there's no issue about it blowing over. There's also, if you can see in the back there, that black fencing, that decorative garden fencing. The hinging of the curves goes off that fence, and so here's the deer over there, and if they look across the street, all they see is the victory I made with my rabbit wire caged enclosure. So they stay over there and I stay over here happy.
So this is an 8x4 cage. I built this with a cardboard on the bottom and fabric cloth to keep the weeds out. And then what I do is you can see there's two big windows, and there's the same kind of a hoop frame made out of metal with the same joints that you have with the square one, only this one is curved. And you can hold quite a few plants inside here. And I put blueberries and strawberries, and I have some potatoes in here. And I can swap them in and out according to which plants need the most sun. So this is my my sun room, if you want to think of it that way. And what I've also done is if you enclose it with the actual fabric cloth, nothing can get in, including the pollinating bees and other insects that help to benefit your plants. So what I've done is I've created a wall of chicken wire here, which I put together with bamboo. And it can just be raised up quite easily. Please consider subscribing down below while I get through the rest of my explanation of how I battled the Crosswalk crew and succeeded. And then I have access to the inside, but when it's closed, it still allows the pollination to happen through the holes in the chicken wire. The bees can still get through. But as I say, my Crosswalk crew that comes over here, they don't even bother anymore because this is totally secure. And in terms of cost, you got to think of the cost of this over many years, because this is probably, $80, $100 altogether for all the equipment here. But if you prorate that over 4 or 5 years, you're only going to be out $20 a year. The other thing you have to do is every once in a while you have to oil the zippers, because they dry out in the elements. So you want to make sure that if you have any enclosures with zippers, I use it the same with my greenhouse as well. You have to have oiling the zippers to make sure that they're still smooth and they work properly. But other than that, the suburban ninja deer have ignored them ever since I put this in. So I am happy. They are a little disappointed, but they can move on. There's lots of other good eats in the neighborhood, so they just bypass me and they go on to other places. So deer 0, Craig the stand-up gardener 1. I'm Craig the stand-up gardener, and I'm a retired engineer and project manager who's survived 2 cancer events, as well as I have a hernia from the incisions, and so I can't lift over 20 pounds. So the stand-up garden is my way of having longevity in my garden, so I can garden for the next 20 years, I hope, without having to lift, bend, or or stretch and reach beyond my physical limitations. So the stand-up garden is the way I'm working towards having a long, healthy life and enjoying the fruits of my labor. I also want to mention that I have a shopping list in my description for each of the 3 layers: the do-it-yourself with the chicken wire, the intermediate with the rabbit fencing, and then looking at the actual cages that you can buy all pre-made and ready to go. And as I said, the thing is these are prorated over several years, so although they cost a bit more for the higher end solutions, they're worth every penny, because not only does it give you the access, but it also gives you the peace of mind. So there's other videos you can check out. I also have a subscribe button. And next week we're going to be starting our tomato seeding with the 2-cup method. So stay tuned for that.